Yo, I'm doing a video on Bitcoin. I ain't done a video in a fucking while, cause fucking look at it. Absolutely boring. Like, what's that? That's been going from 38 to 40k for a month nearly. And now we finally get some fucking price action. So what am I looking at here? This for me is just pure level 3 behaviour. Like, we had the peak, dropped level 1, level 2, level 3. This is just level 3 behaviour. It's just spiking. There's been no clear break like there was here. Now, I'm aware of a pattern in this area on the 1 hour chart. If you just look at this. To me, it looks like stop punt hit the Mayo, but obviously the Mayo, probably better on the 4 hour chart. So you got peak, you got this go sideways, and it comes up. It doesn't hit it, it doesn't hold it. It comes up, tries to hit it, and doesn't. And you got drop down, take a breather. Then we could have a bigger drop down. Or it could just go up. Who the fuck knows? But if Bitcoin breaks around,
What has two faces and a leg then?
I don't know.
Neither do I.
Sorry about that. What's the shit joke? What has 2 faces and a leg? That. Ha ha ha. Right, anyway. If Bitcoin breaks this 34-2 zone, I'm gonna draw a line on the fucking cunt. Then, well, anything's possible. Anything is possible then. It'll probably break down and hit this liquidity pool. Quite honestly, it'll probably come down to 33 again. But we're here in the bigger cycle of things, and I think this is just the big push down that you get here. Now, it won't surprise me if we come back to the 800 EMA and bounce. Or we could come to this liquidity pool and bounce. Or we could recover the fucking wick and then bounce. But at the minute, it's giving me no reason to think that it's going to come crashing down whatsoever. I mean, there was some fucking news that came out yesterday. Let's have a look at where is it? What wait, Wednesday or no, Thursday. Yeah. The banks put the interest rate up by 0.025. Now that doesn't sound like a lot. So it went from 0.75 to 1%. So if you know what that means, essentially that means if a company wants to borrow 100 million, they'd have to pay 750k back. But now, if they borrowed 100 million, they'd have to pay, well, the loan would be 101 billion. Not billion, 101 million. Or before it'd be 101.75 billion. Million. Fucking million. We're talking millions. And that might not sound like a lot, but it's just another deterrence for companies to borrow money to try and expand the business. So essentially what it means is if they keep increasing bank rates which is what they do to stop inflation, most assets will more likely go down, but I don't think that's going to happen yet. The gold hasn't had its blow off top yet. The S&P hasn't, and Bitcoin hasn't. It's just trying to scare people, I think. I think this is trying to scare people. Like, straight up. It just looks like a big scare tactic from, well, the market makers are using the news to push prices down lower to get more longs. That's what I see. If they were pushing price higher from this news, I'd be like, right, they're building shorts. But no, they're building longs. And they're making people scared, making people go short and selling all the fucking crypto. So that's my view on the news. Other people have different views on it. Yeah. I don't really want to listen to them. I play my own game in this. You know what I mean? So let's put that away. That's not of interest anymore. So, Bitcoin on the daily, it's fine. There's been nothing. There's been no break of the 800 EMA. Came back to it and fucking bounced. But I don't want to see it break this. And if we see it break this, it'll more than likely come here, and then they could recover the wick and then bounce. And there's a big liquidity pool here as well. But I don't think they'll visit this until it has its push up. But if we visit this and if it breaks 28k, I think we've already been over this. If it breaks this, then crypto is more than likely going to come down to here. And the end of the bull market is probably in when it breaks 28k. Now people tell you, oh, it's already the end of the bull market. Is it? Is it really? Some people have the audacity to say it's the end of the bull market. It's quite funny. 2 years ago, Bitcoin was sitting at $3,000. Now it's sitting at $36,000. That's a 12%. That's a 12x. That's a 12 times that it's gone up. It's gone up 12 times in 2 years, and it's staying there. From previous where it was stuck for fucking 3 years. Now it topped at 70k nearly. That's a madness. That's like a fucking what? That's like a 20 times increase. And Bitcoin moves fast, people. Remember, it could be at 30k tomorrow. It could be at 40k tomorrow. Well, that won't be much difference. It could be at 45k tomorrow. You know what I mean? Let's get into lower time frames and speak about it. So I'm looking for a pattern here, and I've seen this shit in Let's get it up. I think it were in sugar. I've seen this shit in sugar before, and it looks similar to Bitcoin, quite honestly. So if you look here, they did a lot of like chopping about, chopping like sideways. Let's get it up next to Bitcoin. There's a fucking car alarm going off outside, and I'm about to go and smash that car up. Anyway. It's been chopping around for a bit. As a pump up, then goes crashing down. Crashing. That's wrong. It came down. This is not a crash. Fucking people will tell you that's a crash. That ain't a fucking crash. A crash is if it did that, but went down to 20k. That's a fucking crash. So you see, it just sort of came down again, and the lower time frame pattern validates. Where is it? Zoom out of that page. The lower time frame pattern validates this, because essentially it needs to come down again and just chop around for a bit. It came down again and chopped around for a bit. So I'm looking for chop down, maybe to 34k. Yeah, you never know. It could come to 33k again. I don't want to see it break 32. Okay. Could come down here and then pump up. This just looks like a big get the shorts committed, essentially. This is what I'm looking at. The same shit happens over and again in the markets. Now after that, sugar went up. No, I'm not saying it's going to bring it up to fucking 80k. I'm saying it's going to bring it up. If it gets around here, then it'll more than likely follow what sugar did. And Bitcoin moves faster than sugar, so it'll more than likely be like this. You know what I mean? Instead of chop. And sugar only trades 6 hours a day, but Bitcoin trades 10 hours a day. No, it's like fucking 10. What am I fucking on crack? 24 hours a day. Not on my broker though. On Saturday it trades for 10, Sunday 18, and then 5 days a week, 24/7. Well, yeah, 24/7. Let's get into the lower time frames. 15 minutes. Let's see what it's done. Just a big fat 30,000 pip New York session yesterday. Oh, wow. Look at that, just straight vector. Madness. Yeah, it fucking just came down. Like I said, I'm looking for a chop and drop and a rise. Oh, in fact, let's go check what Dot and Ether saying. I think Dot and Ethereum are printing it a lot nicer, as I fucking normally do. Yeah. Yep. So it looks more cleaner and more like the sugar one, unlike Bitcoin. That's Dot. This is sugar. Chop. Just looking for a chop and a drop and then a rise, if I'm honest. That's all I'm looking for. Chop, drop, rise. Chop, drop, rise. Right. That's Dot. I think Ethereum looks the exact same as Dot. 15-minute chart. Yeah, nah. Beef looks like fucking Bitcoin does. That's it. Not much more to say. I'm looking for a chop and a drop. Weekend fucking chop drop. Maybe Monday false move session week beginning and then get a rise throughout the week. But you know what I mean. If I fucking could come to down to 20k by end of week, by end of fucking weekend. Have a good weekend. Or if you're watching this in the future, have a good day and goodbye.